So this is how you add a company record on to Bullhorn. So to add a company field on Bullhorn, we're going to come to the add button over here in the top left. And you can see we've got the option to do this right at the top. This may be labeled something different under your organization. It may be called client or organization, but it will look a little bit like that with the blue logo. So this is the company page. This is all the information we need to complete surrounding adding a company. Now, you can see there's a few things that have got red dots here, and currently we are unable to save this record because we don't have all of the information within it. So before we do anything else, we need to make sure we add all of the information on. So in this example, we're actually going to add on YouTube, and we've put in the name there. The status is normally a field that you have on each of these, and you will have this also on candidate and contact records as well. And this will be different for every business, and it will mean something different. So if you're not sure which of these definitions you have and how to use them, speak to your admin. They will be able to advise you accordingly on the best one to select for your business. I'm going to be saying that YouTube is a prospect client. They're not a client of mine yet, but we're going to add them on as a prospect. Now, some organizations will have a parent company, and if they do, then you can select that within this as well. But YouTube in this scenario doesn't, but if it did, you can select it. Now we're going to come through and fill out as much information as we can about this company. So we're going to say they have 750,000 employees and they've got 20 offices. Now make this as accurate as you can. You can use information from LinkedIn or Google or the company website to populate this further. Now, normally within a company, you will see something like industry or skills or specialty. Again, this is a drop down that you can normally use within your business and select the relevant one that this company feels is most applicable to what they do. Now, you can sometimes add multiple ones on as well. So I'm going to say that YouTube in this example is in the education industry. So we now have the company description, and I've actually got a lovely description here that I've taken from this Wikipedia. It doesn't need to be overly complicated, but it gives you and your colleagues a good understanding about what this company does. We've, of course, now got some contact information. So we want to put down the relevant company website and relevant LinkedIn URL. You can probably copy and paste these directly if needed as well. And this is going to give you the understanding again. So if one of your colleagues needs to view this company, they know where to go. Now come in, add the main phone number, and file in as much information as you can about the address so that going forward you can see this. Now, as you can see here, we're in the United Kingdom. So we've got all of the United Kingdom counties down here. But if we were to change this to United States, if I can spell it correctly, we're now going to see all of the United States and all of the counties that are within that. So you can use these fields, and sometimes it will be worth updating the country first, and then you can select this. And London annoyingly shows up as Greater London rather than London. And we're going to put a little postcode in there as well. That's the information field. Now I have added on the owner field, so that's me. But if it was a different user or you needed to assign the ownership to someone else, that can of course also be done. You would just come through and then find the relevant owner. Now, the last two things are really, really important. Now, at this moment in time, as I said, YouTube was a prospect client of mine, and we don't have terms agreed. But if you did, or when you do, you can come in and then say, we had a standard fee of 20%. And the date the terms were signed were then at the 21st of October. So that is going to mean that you are tracking all of the information around the companies that you want to work with going forwards. So that profile is fairly complete. Now, as you've seen, now that we've completed the 3 mandatory fields, we can now save this record. So I'm going to press save, and that is going to save all of the information that we have just updated. And that is how you add a company to Bullhorn. The next part of the process is adding on a contact. Watch this video next to find out how to do it.